Hello and welcome back once again to this YouTube channel where I am doing today the 6 song roundup part 11. So, most of this set of songs is going to be recent releases from when I was working on the video, apart from one which I know is an older release, which is part 2 of a song that I did in the 6 song roundup part 10. So if you haven't seen that, go and look up the review for Mors Principium Est Valley of Sacrifice part 1 in there. It's the third song. And I'm not 100% sure if the last song is a recent release, but the other 4 definitely were. So, without further ado, without fucking around, without keeping you here longer than you need to be, let's get into this. So, track number 1 is Five Finger Death Punch Afterlife. 4 minutes, 2 seconds. Now, I know Five Finger Death Punch is not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people hate Five Finger Death Punch, you know? A lot of them are like, oh, they're the Nickelback of metal, fucking all this shit. I don't give a fuck, okay? I listen to their music. For some reason, I enjoy it. That's all I know. They're not the best band, they're not the worst band. There are worse bands out there. At least I'm not listening to fucking Jedward or some shit, you know? But with that being said, this track serves as the debut single off of their upcoming 9th album, and I can't help but feel a little underwhelmed with this one. The song isn't bad by any standards whatsoever. I'm just thinking that maybe there could have been a stronger track on the album to serve as your opening single. But I'll wait and see, you know? That's just my thoughts. It is a good song. It is a very slow, thought out track. Very reminiscent to songs like Cradle to the Grave off of The Righteous Side of Heaven. No. The name is so long I keep forgetting it, but you know, the one where it's like the righteous side of heaven, the something side of hell. Or is it the something side of heaven, the righteous side of hell? That could be the one. I know what I'm on about, but you guys may not. Apologies. Yeah, it's a bit more of a softer track, similar to that sort of vibe of something they've done in the past. But like I said, I'll be interested to see what else they've got and if there were better choices that they could have used as a debut single. But without any further ado, we are going to move on to track number 2, which is She Must Burn Incantation, 5 minutes 17 seconds. Now, I have been a fan of this band since their very early years. I think they've only been around or at least like releasing music for about 6-7 years, because from what I remember, they came around when I was back in college, and they were one of the bands that I was heavily fixated upon back then. So they've undergone some lineup changes. They've had a bit of a hiatus of sorts, but they are back and they are better than ever. The vocals are new with an old school feel, so they're like new but they feel reminiscent of old. It's a weird way to explain it, but I really do like the vocals. The new lady who is singing on the track, she has got a really fucking good voice. Yeah, like the way that I explain it in my notes, which I was trying to make heads or tails of to see if it makes sense to me, was she has such an insanely soft yet grandiose voice that complements the harsher vocals perfectly. Which I, sorry, I'm trying to flip the thing, but my book is moving. Which I do think makes sense, like, because her vocals really do, like, in the chorus, complement the male vocalist really well, and I cannot wait to see what the crew do, and I really look forward to hearing more of her voice, more of this male vocalist, and seeing where the band goes from here. Hopefully we get another full-length album, because I would just love more She Must Burn. You know, I completely forgot about them whilst they were on hiatus, and yeah, it's a disservice to myself. But I'm doing a service to all of you guys and saying, if you have not heard She Must Burn, their new stuff is fantastic, their old stuff is great. Really do highly recommend checking them out. With that said, the drummer and guitarist and bassist as well also kill it on this track. Yeah, and like I said, I really do fucking hope we get more from them. And if they're watching, congratulations on a phenomenal track. If we can get that full-length album, I'll love you long time, you know? Moving on, before I keep gushing over how good that track was, we have Mors Principium Est with Valley of Sacrifice Part 2. Bearing in mind the counterpart to this was like 6 minutes something, the second part is 5 minutes 57 seconds. So all in all, this track probably clocks in, like, if you squish the two together, at around about 11-12 minutes listening time. But yeah. So finally definitely found the second part. And in my opinion, part 2 is definitely the strongest half. The musicianship feels a little deeper here. The solos, the vocals, the drums, it all felt more cohesive and more coherent and flowing. But maybe that's just me. Let me know your thoughts below if you've heard this track, if you've heard both parts. Let me know which is your favourite part 1, part 2. But for me, it definitely was part 2. Not really a lot more to say about that. Like, it is what it is. So we will move swiftly on to track number 4, which is the new Motionless in White single, Masterpiece, which is 3 minutes 26 seconds and is the second single from their new album, Scoring the End of the World, I believe is the full name of the album. Now, I've seen a lot of people hating on this song because it's softer. Then again, I've also seen a lot of people recently hating on Motionless in White because of just their style and, you know, how they do things, saying they're cringy, saying, you know, they're a shit band, whatever. Again, don't give a fuck here. I like them. I've listened to basically every album they've put out. I've even gone out of my way to look up their stuff before they were a big band and shit like that. So, yeah. Definitely enjoy me a little bit of Motionless in White. But with that being said, this track starts with Chris using his clean vocal range to capture a more anthemic, emotional driven track, going into single 2, compared to the first track, which I forget the name of, which was a more louder style, I guess that makes sense, which honestly, with the 2 singles we've had so far, I am really looking forward to this album, because we've had one really solid softer song which I do find myself going back to and enjoying each time, and we've obviously got a slightly louder song which is also good, even if I can't remember the fucking name of it. um you know, but this song, the latter parts, it rise and it quells into a, you know, like it has a louder part where Chris like gets a little bit more into his louder vocal range, where he like goes to scream, but it doesn't last long. It falls straight back into a softer vocal range, you know. It softens back down towards the end, and it is, from lack of words, like, not to rip off what they've said, but it is a masterpiece on how a heavy band can do a soft song really well. And I'm probably gonna get some people have a go at me for saying that, but you know, if you don't like it, that's, you know, that's you, that's what you like, what you don't like. But what I will say is, if you do not like this song, I would be interested as to hearing why. Maybe we can have a bit of a discussion down in the comments below. Moving on, we have track number 5, which is the new While She Sleeps track, Eye to Eye, which clocks in at 7 minutes 38 seconds if you're watching the official music video, which I stupidly did. So, right. One thing I need to get clear is I hate when bands do long intros into songs and then treat it like a movie. We do not need a fucking beginning, middle, and end. We just need a coherent music video. Fuck me, it doesn't even have to be coherent. It just has to be a good music video, you know? But this felt like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, ugh. Deary me. So, the song isn't actually that long. Like I said, there's an intro, story, etc. With the song starting slowly about a minute into the actual track, or the video, sorry. And the vocals from all the guys here blend so well. And Loz, the vocalist, his screams are sounding superb as always. You know, the fucking chorus is grand and soaring with, I think there's like all 3 of the different guys from While She Sleeps that do occasional vocals, or the main vocalist on the track. You know, they work together, they feed off each other. And right near the end, after the video goes silent, it kicks up to 100 before cutting back to the video. And I would say, if you can find a version of this which is just the song and not the song with the music video, check that version out, because it does irritate me when the song, like, you know, it's on the ramp up and then the music video cuts it off here. You have to wait for it to fucking get back to what it's doing. Like, it plateaus, so you've gone up. This is the fucking silent part, and then you've got to go up again before going back down. I don't like that shit. But, like I said, it is a good song. It is a good song. It is a good song. Like, While She Sleeps hardly ever put out bad songs. You know? For an independent band that put out all their own shit and like own their own record label to do that, they're pretty much one of the few bands that can do what I like to call all killer no filler. You know, Yeah. Shout out to the boys in While She Sleeps. Another good song. So moving on, our last track for part 11 is Exocrine, The Hybrid Sons, which runs for 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So, this is another completely new band here for me, and the track is very technical sounding. It has a blistering pace. The death metal vocals command the song really well over the complex tech sounds of the instrumentation. What I will say is there is a lot going on, a lot to take in, but it's in a very good way. Honestly, if you like technical death metal with, some like experimental fucking sounds, I would say it's for you. Definitely look it up. But if you're not into the, tech death metal where they like have fucking really complicated guitars and shit, then you may not feel this one as much as some of the other tracks I've reviewed. But with that being said, it is a good song. I enjoyed it. I'm probably going to look up more stuff from Exocrine to see what else they have to offer in their discography. And with that, we are done here for part 11. Not sure who is going to make it to part 12. I'm going to get working on that very soon. I'm going to try and aim to get 12 and 13 done before I do an album review. I'm not sure what album I'm going to review. I have a fuck lot to get through. I have been slacking. I do apologise, which is why I'm going to be doing 2 6-song reviews at once going forward until I feel like I'm at a good spot again. Just as a little sorry for slacking. But that being said, do make sure to stop by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Raven7131. Stop by, say hi. If you hang around enough there, you can earn points to get yourself a music review. So, like, you can recommend what I review, and I can either listen to it and review it for you on stream. Obviously, within the realms of TOS, like, it won't be played on the stream. I will listen to it and review it as it's playing through my speaker. Or you can have your own dedicated video. And that is about 3,000 points, so you don't have to be there long to get that. We play all sorts, 2K22, Minecraft, fucking House Flipper, what was I playing the other day? A little bit of Dying Light 2, For the King, all sorts of fucking shit. Yeah. Rome 96 is something that I recently started on the stream as well, which was good. But yeah, I digress. Leave your recommendations for bands, songs in the comments below. And with that being said, ladies, gentlemen, friends and fans, I will see you in the next video. Stay safe out there.